place is the Star Theater. It's the star of this county. The history that I know of this theater, it was built in 49 and 50 and opened in 50, and it was the classiest building in the county. I think it was the first air-conditioned building in this county, and it seated about 500 people, but it was just a big open space, and it had what they called a standee. You came in from a little tiny lobby, and then you came into the auditorium, and there was a place that you stood behind all the seats, and they slanted down toward the stage where the screen was. And then I think it closed, I'm not quite sure, I think it closed in the 70s. That was probably when a lot of the drive-in theaters were real popular and walk-ins were out of date.
When the Star Theater was built about 1950, late 40s and 1950, this was the place to go, because it was plush. There was carpet on the floor, and they had, it was the most elaborate place I had ever been at that particular time. And it was a place where a guy could bring his girlfriend here and enjoy the movie. And for 20-something years, this went on until the Star closed.
Our main goals for this building, this theater, is to use it for community projects, as opposed to bringing things in from outside all the time. We want to use as much of our own talent here that we can, and that's what we've tried to do. In the Arts Council, we have the Russell Town Players, which is our theater group, and our director, Mary Mason, has been with that group for 11, 12 years, I'm not quite sure. She's worked hard with them. We also have another group called the Guild of Artists and Craftsmen, and when we have a performance here or something going on here, they will hang art in our lobby and some craft items and things for show. We have the school system is very interested now in the arts, and we include them when we can.
Back in the early 80s, 1980s, a group of us, there was 5 in all, got together in Jamestown around a kitchen table and talked about how we would enjoy having an arts council here. And we organized and began fundraising, and then the theater group, the Russell Town Players, was organized. But we always needed a place to go perform. So when the Star Theater became available, this was just great that we could be able to have a place to get established and to have plays and group gatherings and so forth. So it's been a big undertaking to raise that many thousands of dollars in order to renovate this place.
The community's response to us obtaining this building has just been phenomenal. In addition to Dr. Grider giving us the $50,000 to get us started off, the City of Jamestown donated $25,000 when they're 6 miles away, and they didn't really have to do that, but they did because it's a community effort. The City of Russell Springs donated $25,000 to this effort, and then we've had several people that have donated, up to $1,000 or $3,000, plus, like I say, the materials that have gone in here.
I think it's important that we give the Star Theater support because it's a community project, something that everyone enjoys, and it's benefited our entire county.
The town of Jamestown felt through its council and the mayor at the time that this was a viable project because it brought the only theater of this kind to the area. And we try not to think in terms of Jamestown and Russell Springs. We try to think of Russell County as one community. We have a Russell County Chamber of Commerce, and we try to do things jointly. So the fact that it was in Russell Springs versus Jamestown really was not of an issue.
I think this theater is unique for this county and for any surrounding county. There's a feeling of closeness and being down home because we only seat around 250, which was done on purpose. We didn't want to have a bigger auditorium like they do in some of the other areas. But when people come in here, they feel at home. They come to see their friends and their family, to perform. And then when we bring in other groups, they enjoy watching them and being close enough to actually see what's going on.
It's good for people to see their own friends and neighbors and community things because it's a lot more fun than going to a play and seeing somebody that you have no idea who they are. It's really a lot of fun to say, hey, I didn't know that person could do that.
Ruth Ann, talk to her. Isn't there something in the Bible about lying? Well, of course there is, Naomi. You should know that, although I'm not surprised. Not really. You never listened to Sunday school. You were the one who never listened, Melvin Hayward Carson. Oh, I did too listen. Or have you forgotten that it was me who won the Little Blue Bible for being the first one to learn the 23rd Psalm? The only reason you were is because you had the words taped on the inside of your dress. While the way that thing was flying off. Oh, that's a lie.
We use local actors and actresses because we want to use our own people. We want to show our own county that we do have talent. We do have people that can get up on stage and have the energy and the guts to do it, I guess. I think they were kind of leery of us to begin with because they weren't sure that any of us could do any of this, but I think we've proved ourselves fairly talented.
You know, we are dealing with high school students who dance maybe 1 hour a week. You know, they're not professional dancers, and the adults I work with are not professionals. They volunteer their time, and many of them aren't even dancers. You know, we're just pulling people off the streets, and when you put them in, this environment in this theater, it just really makes them look, professional.
I think that there is a trend coming back to using live performances, especially in the smaller towns and communities. It really helps, especially the young people, it helps them build their self-esteem, and it makes them feel at ease and confident when they have to get up and present themselves in different areas, like applying for a job or going on to college. And I think the adults really enjoy coming out to seeing live performances, because then if you goof, you goof, and they're right there and they see it, and they always watch to see how things are covered up, and they're right there with you. And I think people really respond to that more.
Okay, here I come.
Our theater is having a real effect on the local and regional cultural development here, because we are able to expose people to some things that they may not have a chance to go and see or even be involved in, as far as even being on stage.
As far as cultural education goes, this has been a wonderful opportunity for the children of the area to see how the theater works, to actually participate in some of the plays. And since cultural education has become part of our curriculum, this becomes more important.
Well, this theater has been probably the only inroad in terms of cultural development in the region in many years, and to that end, it certainly provides at least the physical forum to bring this all about. And we're very fortunate that we've had a number of, I guess, what you would call software to go with that, in terms of the local dance shop, the Ruscotown players, and the various groups that have taken advantage of it. And that's the key to this, is having the groups willing to use it.
I love you with all my heart and soul, and how much I love you, you'll never know. If somebody had told me years ago that someday you'd be my baby, well, I'd have told them they were crazy. But here you are, and here am I, and may our love fly high, high, high. I really adore you, my little lovely, and I'm just so excited you're going to be my hubby. Isn't that just beautiful?
This has been a real partnership between business and the Arts Council and the local community. Now, we have people that give what they can, and that's as appreciated as, the $5 is as appreciated as the $100.
The future seems quite bright in that there's so many people that are interested in helping make this place go.
Oh, yeah.
Take Mr. Lucas Sylvester Carson to be your lawful wedded husband.
Mama, don't you worry about a thing. We'll get you that hospital and nothing flat.
I think the Star Theater is going to continually benefit the people of Russell County and surrounding counties as we go on and our programs evolve and change and get better and get more people, more people are getting interested in being involved. Our audiences are just great and people just love coming here.